Hi, welcome to another tutorial of how to manage an effective meeting at FF. My name is Scott Wong. I'm the operation lead at the CEO office. I do this a lot. I'd like to maybe share a tip or so how to take notes during meetings. So what you're seeing is a template that we used at the standing committee, which is pretty standard template that we want to use across the board. Typically what you would do is, first of all, update the date of the meeting minutes file to the current date, and then typically you would put in the date of the meeting by selecting these blocks and merge them together, and then call it certain name of the meeting with the date. And I typically would highlight these in yellow background so people can see it better. And as the meeting starts, different topics are being discussed. It is not necessary for us to note down everything that people say. However, it is really important to focus on three categories. It is actions that needs to be done, or decisions that needs to be followed, or really important discussions or ideas that people come up with. Typically you would select a date, put in the date, and then you would say in a topic it's either a action item or a decision or an important discussion. And the subtopic is typically where you write a short summary of the actual topic. Let's pick an example. We would like to start a free lunch program for all the employees working at Hanford. So that's where you put it in. Sometimes the spacing will be off, so just double click this divider. It will give you the right view. And then from this point on, you can start noting down what exactly we want. For example, there are going to be 100 employees needing lunch at Hanford. So and so. I won't write down everything. And then it's really important that we note down the actual owner who is going to complete this task during the meeting. For example, let's just say this task is put on Chaoying Deng. So we would say Chaoying.Deng, which is her ID. And then sometimes there will be support people needed. For example, let's just say it's Maggie Tong, who handles the lunch program here. And then there will be a tracker, which is a person who will be responsible for tracking this action item. And these typically are the operation person yourself. So typically you would put yourself in here. Sometimes people tend to forget to set a timeline or a deadline for certain actions to be complete. It is really important as the meeting organizer to ask when this action is expected to be completed. For example, let's just give it 2 weeks from now. You can look at your calendar real quick, and then you can give it a date when it should be completed. Fairly simple, right? Let me just give you one more example on a decision. For example, same thing, you put in the date, and let's just say YT has decided that all the employees and contractors will eat lunch for free at Hanford. So typically decisions are noted down with a very clear, concise description. And then here, same thing, you can note down the reasons behind these discussions, or if there's any other things that is related to the background of this decision. Sometimes it is the best that you can have different lines in Excel. Sometimes if you hit enter, it will go to the next box. A tip is to hold Alt key and then press enter. There you will be able to go to the next line within the same box in the Excel, and that's where you can say number 1, it is hard to find lunch elsewhere at Hanford. Again, Alt enter. We want to keep the employees happy. Good reason for it. And then it's just a lot easier to provide lunch instead of people worrying about logistics of going out and eat out. Let's just say these are the 3 reasons for us to make this decision, and then we would like to note them down, just in case that these needs to be communicated and people wonder why these decisions are made this way. And then for decisions, is typically not applicable since there's no action owner. However, there should be a tracker who will be responsible for sending these information out to the right people. And I won't demo details on discussions, but I will say basically the concept is very simple. Write a short summary and then write more details here, and then it's not applicable as well as the same action tracker needs to be there. Okay, so typically you would note down everything, and then you would save as another copy, and then after the meeting you will need to upload this to the share drive where people can all get visibility, and also be able to upload all the actions into Jira system so that we can use Jira tickets to manage these action items until they're closed. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you and happy working.